1. Creation. In the beginning, God spoke, and light emerged from darkness. Genesis opens with a powerful poetic description of creation. Across 6 days, God creates everything: heavens, earth, seas, vegetation, animals, and humans, man and woman made uniquely in His image. Genesis 2 offers a closer look at the creation of humanity, describing the Garden of Eden, the first home for Adam and Eve. Here, we witness God's artistry, intelligence, and love as He prepares a world designed for beauty, order, and life. 2. The Fall. Adam and Eve enjoy perfect unity with God, living in innocence until the serpent tempts Eve to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This first act of disobedience introduces sin, shame, and separation from God. The paradise God created becomes tainted, and humanity faces a new reality, one that includes suffering, labor, and death. 3. The first family and fractured relationships. The story shifts to Adam and Eve's children, Cain and Abel. In a moment of jealousy and anger, Cain kills Abel, making him the first to shed blood. God confronts Cain, offering him a chance for repentance, but Cain chooses exile. This chapter emphasizes the quick spread of sin from one generation to the next, showing how jealousy and anger fracture family bonds. 4. Humanity's descent and the flood. As humanity grows, so does its wickedness. God sees humanity's corruption and decides to send a flood to cleanse the earth. However, one man, Noah, finds favor with God. God commands Noah to build an ark and fill it with his family and pairs of every living creature. After the flood waters recede, God makes a covenant with Noah marked by a rainbow, promising never to destroy the earth by flood again. 5. The Tower of Babel. In an attempt to make a name for themselves, humanity builds a great tower in Babel, seeking to reach the heavens. God sees this unity of purpose as self-glorification, and He confuses their language, scattering them across the earth. This story emphasizes the limits of human pride and the importance of humility before God. 6. The Call of Abraham and the Birth of Faith. The story of Genesis takes a turning point with the call of Abram, later Abraham. God makes a covenant with Abraham, promising him descendants as numerous as the stars and a land for his people. Despite his old age, Abraham believes God's promises. His journey is one of faith tested through trials, whether it's leaving his homeland, nearly sacrificing his beloved son Isaac, or waiting decades for God's promises to come to pass. 7. Isaac, Rebekah, and the legacy of the promise. Abraham's son Isaac inherits the promises made to his father. Through Isaac and his wife Rebekah, God begins to multiply Abraham's descendants. Isaac's story is quieter but still rich in faith as he follows God's path, relying on the promises made to his father. 8. Jacob and Esau. The struggle for blessing. Isaac's sons, Jacob and Esau, are twins who wrestle for the birthright and blessing. Jacob, through cunning, secures the blessing, but must flee his brother's wrath. In his journey, Jacob encounters God, wrestling with him in a transformative struggle that changes his name to Israel. This journey of Jacob highlights both personal transformation and God's active presence in human affairs. 9. Joseph. From the pit to power. The closing chapters of Genesis tell the story of Joseph, a favored son of Jacob. Sold into slavery by his jealous brothers, Joseph endures imprisonment and hardship in Egypt, but rises to power because of his God-given ability to interpret dreams. When famine strikes, Joseph's brothers come seeking food, and he chooses forgiveness over revenge. His story brings his family to Egypt, setting the stage for future generations and their eventual exodus.